Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Roman Adamita, and as a director of SEO, I am leading and encouraging the SEO team at Boostros.
And hi everyone, I'm Büşra. I'm working as a senior SEO executive at Boostras for almost a year. I may call myself the content queen of Boostras. I love creating content strategies and playing with content.
Ooh, content king or content queen. Sorry.
Content queen. Hi, Carol.
And hello again. This is Adam, and fresh blood of digital marketing. And as an SEO associate, and I'm here with enlightening topics like every week.
Great. So we are happy, really, but we have some really sad news in the industry. It's about Hamlet Batista passed away. He made a great history for the SEO industry with his Python expertise. We are sorry about it, and please accept my condolences. Rest in peace, big man. If you want to donate to his family, there is a link that organized Lily Ray. You can donate from this link. Let's start then. What we'll cover today, as I mentioned in every session, and if you are new right here, the goal of these sessions is to keep you updated in the SEO industry. And also if you're in digital marketing and if you want to learn something about SEO, then it's for you. It's basic, advanced, and if you are a beginner, it's not a problem. So I will cover an SEO success story published on DeepCrawl in 2019 and nominated at the Global Digital Excellence Awards in 2020, where I was a judge in 2020. What is the client profile? What were the challenges behind the success story? What kind of huge SEO opportunities did I find? What was the SEO methodology? And what were the results of the case study, which is the most, I think, interesting in here, fascinating. And lastly, I have a new post, which I wrote which I published this week, how to solve thin content on e-commerce websites in a technical SEO perspective.
So I will cover the topics such as how to reach your audience with effective content, new large site owners guide to manage crawl budget, language complexities in search index, B2B marketing opportunity via newsletters, finding the intent gap, and how to check possible cannibalization or duplicate content issues.
And I will talk about which pages we need to optimize accordingly with a user search journey, and how can we enrich our web pages with the thin content that we encounter most in e-commerce, and how can we enrich the product structures on our category pages and present them to the users, and what are the biggest challenges in our international SEO targeting, and how do we need to act here. And finally, I will talk about the mistakes made in using hreflang and the importance of using xdefault.
Great topics, guys. So let's start with the case study. The client overview it's about Migros, which have lastly in Turkey 2,190 stores in 61 provinces, including 2,131 Migros and Macro Center. It serves with 43 RAM store and 2,233 stores in Turkey. So Migros also is the largest grocery store in Turkey, and Switzerland has 160 million customers and is second largest supermarket in Turkey. So it's about a huge company which have a website. So as you can see right here, the results I included but I will go through the more detail. So the first challenge is about a penalty. In August 2019, sanalmarket.com.tr was penalized because of Google's broad core update. And the main reason is the brand changed its website design. Also, there is something else that I will share with you in the next slides. So I taken a screenshot from SEO SEMrush. Here is after broad core update, Google's broad core update. Their traffic, their visibility was dropped really bad. The second challenge is about crawl budget. The low score of page speed, non-organized robust.txt rules, and indexable faced navigation filters hijacked the crawl budget. So as you know, faced navigation in e-commerce websites, it's really like flexible thing, because there is lots of filters that you can make. If you have an infrastructure in your website which has lots of filters, then Googlebot can crawl them if you don't organize your robust.txt, if you don't organize your cannibalization, and more else. So this screenshot is from DeepCrawl when I started and when I finished it. And also here is when I started and also in May 2019. Yeah, there was improvements. The third challenge is about duplicate content. More than 50% of indexable pages was duplicate and non-optimized because of metadata. Also, product descriptions, and there was lots of categories with duplicate content. And we made a template, as you can see right here, for every categories in the website. It's in Turkish, but to say in English, it's like fresh category name and types, or category name types. Also like juice and prices, or something like original, quality, category name, and prices. And in every category pages, I made a format for them, template, to change their meta title. So there was 23,000 URLs with duplicate titles. And the fourth challenge is about XML sitemap. XML sitemap wasn't updated dynamically. There always was non-indexable URLs in their website. So Googlebot was trying to index them, but we needed to delete them from sitemap. So guys, you know what kind of trouble you faced with this kind of situations in XML sitemap. It's basic file, but in huge websites, it's really a big trouble. And an opportunity I find, it was site migration, because they had Migros.com.tr, which was the corporate site of the company. The domain was registered since 1996. So the authority of this domain, Migros.com.tr, was huge and was getting significant traffic from branded keywords, such as Migros, weekly discounts, Migros catalog, etc. So right here, you see in 16 February 2019, we changed Sanal Market to Migros.com.tr. So Sanal Market was closed and redirected to Migros.com.tr. After the site migration, all traffic was redirected to the Migros.com.tr. So the traffic has doubled, keywords as well, and also visibility was significant doubled.
By the way, that's really great strategy because yeah, I think the Migros has really great brand power. For example, I don't remember when I searched Sanal Market. I was always searching Migros, and then Sanal Market appeared SERP. That's really great strategy, and I was also thinking about that. And great.
I also congratulate you because you persuaded them to make this kind of a change. This is a big change, by the way.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so Sanal Market is like in English online market, but Migros there is no calling like Migros. So we find this opportunity. So why not to take an action?
Yeah, they have really great domain, but Migros is more visible.
Yeah. And the second opportunity that I find is brand filters. So after we disallowed and canonicalized them, I did a research about how much search volume this kind of brand keywords have. Like Nescafe Gold has 12,000 search volume in Google. Or Coca-Cola Pet has 320 search volume, or Nutella chocolate as well. So when you calculate search volumes from this kind of brand categories, you can get a really big, huge number. So the opportunity was from here. You will see what kind of results did we get in the next slides. Also, by the way, the strategy was like that. When we click to the Nestle here, the URL is changed from chocolate from the main category. So when I'm in the main category of chocolates, I'm clicking to the Nestle. And when I click the URL is changed dynamically. So then appears Nestle chocolate. So the approach, the most important of the SEO process is I made the SEO playbook methodology. This one is a methodology which is included sprints, finished SEO tasks, backlog, and lastly, there was some other opportunities that I can't share everything because it's confidential. So I sharing everything I can. So I found the reasons for the penalty and started to add unique content to every product page. So the reasons was, like I said, design has changed. Also, product pages have there was no descriptions in lots of product pages. So the product pages was actually thin content, and they had a section, a tab in their product page with a duplicate content. So this duplicate content was in every product page. Like there is suggestions tab. When you click there, you have a long description about what you can do and what kind of feedback you can give them. So instead of this content, we just changed this to a button. Like there is an icon, and under the icon, you have a send button. So when you click there, you have a pop-up. So pop-ups usually are not crawled by Google or indexed by Google. We implemented lazy loading to every page and compressed unused scripts like CSS and JavaScript. We rewritten robust TXT rules, disallowed and canonicalized old-faced navigation filters, and then we made a brand categories, as I mentioned. We made a template for every category meta title, which I shared with you in previous slides. deleted duplicate description from every product's suggestions tab. And then when we did that, we started to add in every product page unique content, which users can get them while they want to buy a product. We made a dynamic XML sitemap with some rules. So dynamic XML sitemap, it's about 200 OK status codes, code links. So you need to add in your sitemap just these links, just your links that you want to index, that you want to be on search results. The rules, it's about if in a category there is 0 or 1 product, then we don't include them in XML sitemap. The reason why is because this kind of pages comes after brand categories, because some brand categories has just 1 product or 0 products. So we don't want to index them. We don't want to crawl them actually. And when there is added a product, then the link will add it to XML sitemap as well. We created a checklist for site migration. This one, you can use this, it's totally free. I just shared it with you, so you can use that in case you want to make a site migration with IT department. Yeah, you see here 11 steps, but it's really hard steps. It's like, it's a process which can be like 1 month process. And convinced the client to create indexable brand filters because there was a huge opportunity, like I said. So in a nutshell, that was the approach to the project, to the SEO process. That was the SEO playbook methodology.
Roman, you have a question. Would you like to answer it at the end or now?
Sure.
So Mehmet Emre Baş is asking, what do you think about linked faceted navigation filters internally? You disavowed it, but internally it could be useful for users.
Yeah, but there was like lots of duplicate titles because the brand filters was like parameters before we implemented a new structure of URLs. So this kind of URLs with parameters usually are not user-friendly in Google. So Google wasn't include them in top 10 pages, top 10 search results. So that's why we disallowed them. But after that, of course, we started to index them after the optimize the brand categories. So that's the reason. If the question is about that. But I will check that again. So the results, what happened after these implementations, this kind of optimization. Total organic performance is about average position rated from 22.8 to 10. Like lots of keywords was in top 10 of Google search results. In 5 months, year-over-year period, e-commerce organic revenue increased by over 75.1%. So that one is actually really a big number for this kind of project. And organic sessions grow by 153.8%. So as you can see right here, in 16 February, we started to migrate this website to Migros.com.tr. So lots of pages right now are then was really increased in organic visibility.
They are really good results.
Yeah, I think so.
So brand categories, what happened with that? By the way, if it's about the question Mehmet asked. So from 0 to 100, 100,000 traffic, impressions, URL clicks. So lots of brand categories was already indexed in Google in like 3 months. And after this period, the total organic traffic was doubled just because of brand categories. There was a huge opportunity, so we take it, and after that we got the fruits from Google. And top 10 non-brand keywords was raised from 3.8 thousand to 68,000 per month. So
Wow.
just non-brand keywords from 0 to 100,000. This data is from SEMrush, but I added it to Google Sheets chart to be more explained. So that's the results about traffic, about organic visibility. But also we have nominated as finalists at the Global Digital Excellence Awards in 2020. We was just finalists. We don't won anything, but it's also for us really something big, something to be proud. And lastly, I wrote an article and blog post about how to solve thin content on e-commerce with a technical SEO perspective. It's about also the rules which I shared with you in my previous slides about XML rules, XML sitemap rules, or canonical rules, which you can use in your e-commerce website. It's just for e-commerce website, by the way. So if you have a website that you work with, then you might want to read it. So thank you very much. And if there is no questions, we are going to Bishra.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
So last week's Weekly SEO session, I just mentioned that I will publish a new video on our Bootstrap YouTube account, and it's now open to everyone. You can watch it. I just left the link below. And it's about how to reach your audience with effective content. I'm giving 3 useful tips for finding best questions asked on web just in 5 minutes. I'm using different tools to do that, and they're totally free. You can check them from the video. And it's only in 5 minutes. It's literally in 5 minutes. The video is also under 5 minutes. So check it out.
Great video, by the way. Great tips.
Thank you. So last week, Google Search News January edition was launched, and John Mueller was as much as positive again. He was giving a lot of positive vibes. I love watching him while broadcasting this series. And while he was talking, he just mentioned that they launched a new large site owner's guide to the managed crawl budget. And most of the time, we make a lot of improvements for crawl budget, and there were nothing written about them in Google guidelines. Not literally, no, not in detail, by the way. And that's a really good improvement. And okay, this guide is meant for large sites with 1 million plus unique pages with content that changes moderately often, maybe once or twice a week. And medium or larger sites with 10,000 unique pages, more than 10,000 unique pages, and with very rapidly changing content in terms of maybe daily, maybe 2 days in a row. And okay, they may say that this guideline is for very large sites, but I don't agree with them. Everyone can read this, and everyone can find an interesting idea about their websites in this article, because they are giving really useful tips to crawl budget, to manage crawl budget effectively. And I just left the link below. I really suggest reading that article for everyone.
By the way,
this is the guideline of your case. This is the guideline structure of your case study. It's like similar kind of. It's like a good summary of your, at some parts, not most of the part, because you made a lot of really good in different improvements. But it's a really good start point for that, for achieving that kind of case studies in the future.
So
sorry,
by the
you are saying something.
Yeah, Mehmet asked that is that pandemic effects? It's not about pandemic, because in 2019 and 2020 there wasn't pandemic, because there was just started to 2020, and the growth of organic visibility was after the site migration, and then in summer months the traffic rised. And the traffic doubled. So it's not about pandemic effects.
So this is another passage from the interesting Google podcast Search of the Record from last week. Gary Elias, John Moeller, and Sherry from Southeast Asia, the Google responsible there. We're talking about the language complexities in search index. And Sherry was saying that they got complaints about not enough content in certain Southeast Asian languages. And Gary just answered this like that. We have no bias towards any language. Every language has the same potential for indexing wise. Language actually mean the set of, with the language, you actually meant the set of documents that are written in that particular language. If it's in a written format and there are online documents that can be indexed, then they can index them and serve them to the people who are searching in that language. And they're saying that for language, it's hard to express in writing, just like using gestures, sounds, sign language maybe. Not sign language, because it's a different thing. It may be hard to understand them in indexing wise, and there may be fewer results in that languages compared to the other languages. But we are trying to. They said we are trying to index everything, and we are just waiting for people to trying to find them. We want to actually serve them to them. So there is no bias against them. He just said that, and from this, I just understood that Google, language-wise, Google trying to index everything to serve a bigger community, but they're also looking for some data in different languages in order to because it's you need to invest in that indexing business, more server, more technology, etc., etc. So they're just looking for the trend, I guess. They don't have a bias, but they are looking the demand. They are looking for the demand, and they were also talking about the technical part of the indexing in Google in terms of languages. But I won't go into the details here because it's a really long, half an hour long podcast. I just left the link below, and you can check the other half of the podcast from there. But this point was really interesting. What do you think about that? It's in Chinese or Japanese. It's interesting.
Yep.
So this week I had a lot of inspirational tweet threads, and Roman also shared this with me on Twitter. And Ross Simmons' B2B marketing opportunity tweet thread, and he was talking about how to find a B2B promoting opportunity for website. And he was basically saying that if you are working in a B2B sector, just do a quick search for your brand or niche and find more than 10 newsletters in the same area with you, close areas with you, and just offer them sponsorship to promote your content or your website. Actually, it's an effective strategy. It's a really well-effective strategy, and I also use that strategy. But the fact that I didn't pay any money because so I did everything for free. But let me tell you how. In order to do that, you have to have a really well-structured blog website or any kind of website with good traffic and with lots of backlinks and with a big audience. And we talk about we shouldn't pay to gain backlinks. We should write effectively to gain backlinks. So it's maybe the start point for that kind of website. And after you started to have good traffic and your website become more popular, most of the time this kind of newsletters or guest writers comes to you instead of you are going to them. But it's a really long process and you need to be patient. And I had a blog and I published 20 articles a month, and all of them were written for free by lawyers, accountants, marketers, etc. Just in order to achieve that, we have to be patient. But at the beginning, if we are new, this tweet thread is really useful to do that. But I didn't do it.
Yeah, if you are a big company and if you have something to share with users that you think it's really fascinating, then you can try this, because there is lots of newsletters, and newsletters right now is really like a trend. So be there.
Okay, the thing I'm trying to say, it's a good strategy, but if you have limited money, just be patient and gain more traffic. After that, you try that. I'm just trying to say that, but it's effective most of the time with money too. So this is another interesting article I came across this week, Finding the Intent Gap by Ryan Lowe. We're always talking about writing the best piece of content, and we're always talking about finding the right user intent for a piece of content or for a page, defining the marketing funnel, user intent, blah blah blah. We just try to categorize the web pages, like thinking of them as a funnel, but most of the time, if we are establishing a new website and we just start content marketing, we just want to start content marketing, it's hard to enter to the market. For example, just think that you have a website about diet recipes, and in your market there are a lot of really strong competitors with a lot of money, and they have already invested in content marketing, and they really write tons of articles about diet and recipes. And in that kind of environment, it's unlogical to start with a content like what is diet, okay, or what is a diet recipe, because it's already written somewhere and you're too late to achieve that visibility. If you can write about it, you will get probably some kind of traffic, but you shouldn't be expecting to get ranked for top 3 positions in the short term, because it's really hard. You need to build your trust in terms of different kind of keywords or different kind of topics. And in order to do that, I strongly recommend using the tricks I'm suggesting in the first slide, the video. Watch the video if you are looking for a solution, and find the questions people are asking. Find the best 5 or 10 best results for that specific topic. And yes, you need to read all of them, because content marketing isn't easy peasy. You need to think about it. You need to search about it. And when you read that 10 piece of content, just think that, did they answer your question in your mind? If there's something missing, that could be your content opportunity. And I think it's a risky business, I know, just like infographics. Roman, I know you love infographics. It's a risky business, but we should be brave and try it, because if we don't do that, we won't gain any traffic in the short term. We have to do it. We have to try it. We should be brave. And what can happen? We can just try it and iterate it later to get more traffic. And after you do that, you can write about that common articles maybe, and then in short term you may get some good rankings maybe in the first page, because it's like the company of the wolf there, the getting ranked in the first page.
Let me give you an example, by the way. If you want to waste time, you can just request 100 blog posts from someone, copywriter or someone else, or you can spend time on make a comprehensive content and also add a infographic in there, and you can get with one blog post 100 traffic. So what's your choice? To write 100 blog posts and get 100 traffic, or to write just one blog post, comprehensive blog post, and also with infographic if there is need, and you can get 100 with one blog post.
Actually, it's the same logic with the keyword research. Some clients want to get number one, want to get ranked for number one with a keyword, a really short one-word keyword with 2 millions of traffic maybe, and with the keyword difficulty of above 90%. It's really hard to do that. Instead of targeting 2 million search results, you can maybe find other 100 keywords with more than 3 million impressions or volumes, and you can get easily ranked for that keywords. Actually, these are similar kind of logics, and maybe that keywords can help you in this content marketing strategy. You can combine them. They are not irrelevant. You can think in the same logic. And Ryan Lowe really makes a really good assumption and reality checklists in this blog post. I strongly recommend to visit and read it because, for example, the new content has to be better than the existing search results, the assumption. And actually, the reality is new content can also be different to the existing search results. So you don't have to copy everything. You can be different and get better results instead of trying to discover the America again.
Excellent, by the way. Excellent suggestions here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this. Okay.
Adam, do you have to add something here? Exclude everything.
You add that, but always brands wanna focus on the huge volume numbers. But if you are a small business or medium business, you need to first focus on the less volumes and long tail keywords. Not the how can
generic
I say
generic keywords.
Yeah, I think so. You don't need to explore America again. Just sometimes you need to focus on the small things.
It's not a rocket science, right?
Yeah. These are the two phrases of most of the marketers. It's not rocket science, and you don't have to discover the America again.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is my last slide. Last week, I was stuck with a job. I was stuck with an operation for one of my customers. The client's website has more than 18,000 URLs. And I was trying to find the duplicate content issues. And I had another client, and I was trying to find cannibalization issues for that client. Of course, I have some good useful tools like SEMrush, but it may be not enough because sometimes we cannot be sure how the cannibalization got in the first place. They may give 100% true results sometimes because there are lots of pages. There may be anything in it that trigger that cannibalization issue. Maybe it's not undetected cannibalization. I don't know. I'm so excited about this issue because this regex formula really solved it for me. Roman, you shared this tweet from Screaming Frog to me. You sent me that tweet.
Yeah.
Last week, Screaming Frog just shared a regex code that you can find titles including a specific keyword with the help of this code. So, by the way, I used Screaming Frog's screenshot. It was because it was way better than and way cooler than my screenshots, and I had to use it. So I just tried this regex code with titles. I also used it with meta titles, URL paths, meta descriptions. I tried it in 4 or 5 different places, but you need to be patient and you need to wait until the site completely crawled, because you may not get results if you're impatient like me at the beginning. So just wait for the crawling end, and then you can use it.
Definitely. And by the way, this regex code is not just for Screaming Frog, and it's not just for content from your website. Also, you can use it from for if you want to find out canonical is it pages with parameters. Also, you can use it in canonicals tab in Screaming Frog. And additionally, if you don't have Screaming Frog but you have DeepCrawl, you can add this regex code in step 4 at page grouping as regex code if you want to grouping some pages by a keyword.
In order not to consult my mind, in order not to change my crawling projects there, I didn't try it in DeepCrawl yet, but I will try it. Probably it will work effectively in there too, because DeepCrawl has a really infrastructure for regex codes.
Yeah, it's more visual. There is more visualizations, and it is like a more technical in Screaming Frog. You also can use visualization in Screaming Frog, but of course, DeepCrawl also is have a most like how to say a great visualization have.
I love it though. I love what DeepCrawl too.
Both, yeah, both. So thank you very much, Bishra, for sharing. And Adam.
Hello again. And this pyramid was published in SEMrush Live by Aleida Solis, and it's really good pyramid. And along with the search journey of users, and we also need to optimize structures on our website. And when a user starts searching, it's also like it starts at awareness section. That's the first step. And it usually tries to get information about the product with question sentences such as what, why, and here our guide pages become really very important, because these are the first areas that our users who try to get information about the product, and like they will encounter these pages if they are searching something. And our content should simply explain what the product or service is, and without technical information, because technical can be more specific. You need to be so simply and describe the customer who is in the awareness step, and because we need to pass it to the second stage by providing unique and simple information to the users, and talking about the benefits of our products or service. And the second stage we need to target is the consideration stage, and these users know the product is and what's their benefits, but they are doing research on which brand they should choose. And our category pages cover this on our e-commerce websites. In fact, we shouldn't create category pages with thin content in this regard. We need to be more, the rich content we need to have. And the category structures in which we only offer products will not always give us positive results in terms of performance. We need to optimize our category pages according to users who are under consideration, and we must build our keywords in this direction. We need to focus on search intent, which is in consideration level, the step. And I will also give some tips on other slides to stop our and optimize our category pages from being thin content. And the last one, the product pages of our e-commerce website, are the pages that play the most important role during the purchase phase. And Google also offers search results to users in this structure, and therefore it's necessary to optimize all pages on our e-commerce website according to a user shopping and search journey and their search intent.
Guys, I need to ask you something. Do you really think that this works like this upside down?
It depends.
And yeah, I think I have the same idea too. And that was a really good summary, by the way, Adem. Yeah, that's a really good explanation and really useful triangle for content funnel and search journey. And also, I want to add that there's a missing part in here. We should also use it. Internal linking, I guess. So for every piece of content, we should think it as a map of our website, and we should make the internal linking effectively. For example, for the awareness part of guides and topics and pages, we should also include internal linking for consideration stage. For consideration stage articles, we should include links for purchase stage. And if you want to be brave and try new things, maybe in some part of articles in awareness articles you may also use purchase links, purchase pages links. It depends. You can use it and you can try it. It's a try and then iterate it after that kind of thing. It won't disrupt our website. It won't bring any negative results. It's just trying out.
Then Büşra, we are waiting from you a funnel on next week regarding this one.
Who wrote that?
And I think so. For the last slide, and that was an example about Python, and maybe they can change their idea in purchase section with internal linking, and they can change their idea. And I think so. And in general, when I look at the category pages of e-commerce websites, we are just seeing only products. There was a menu and products, paginations, and that's all. But we are analyzing e-commerce website, and category pages generally appear as pages with the theme content in the reports. So how can we solve them? And in this case, we need to make improvements, not by keyword stuffing, but based on the users. We need to provide information exchange to a user who is in the concentration phase that I mentioned in another slide, and also Büşra mentioned about that. And thus, we need to improve our pages contextually. So, for example, considering giving an example about cosmetic brand, and we can talk about what our category is about by designing a banner on top of our category page. And in this area, we can make a targeting by including the most important keywords made in the concentration phase. And while doing this targeting, we should aim to provide information to the user.
For this part, Aleyda Sol is really good at making suggestions for custom category pages. And there was one passage from John Mueller in one of the Google search office hours, I guess, SEO office hours in the previous month. And he was saying that in the category pages, there shouldn't be so long content, unrelated content, because then it gets complicated to understand the search intent of the page. Just I want to remind everyone that please be careful about the content you put on your category page again. And you are also saying that.
Yep.
And I'm trying. And just product pages, just they have a title, and that's all. But that's also so harmful. And instead of only including the brand and the model name of the product in the product boxes, we can present it with a different model. And because if the users had sufficient information about the product, they will directly access the product page. And if it's on your category page, their users are still in the thinking phase, like they are considering, and they want to learn about the product, and we can write about which body type your hand cream is suitable for, and what season it can be used, and what age range it's suitable for, and like a brief description of the product. Also, we can put it in this box, and this will both provide information to users and help them make decisions. And it will also enrich our pin content and will appear as a content-rich page by Google. But as you said, not doing keyword stuffing or so long descriptions. And we don't need to include only products on our category pages, maybe. And we can also separate a grid for informative blog posts near the footer section. And we can provide information to the user at the stage of consideration. And we can recommend products in this blog post. And like in doing this, and we can enrich our pin content pages. And while making all these improvements, our main goal should always be user-oriented. And because when doing this search engine optimization, it means that you actually increase the user experience also. So this will also reflect on your purchase and maybe also increase your conversion rate. Yeah, that was really great event, and Samra shared that tweet event on Twitter and recently, and Aleida contributed to this event, and there has been a lot of talk about international SEO. What are the biggest challenges encountered, and what should we pay attention to in technical international SEO? And such topics were these topics were discussed, and I want to add a few slides with my own examples and with my own experience. Okay, and the market, the market is always the most important factor for us when targeting internationally. User behavior in this market is our main resource, and it's a fact, and that if we auto-translate our website and do not receive local consultancy, we will have optimization problems because of these auto-translate problems. And for example, there's always a schema we see in English courses. You guys probably remember that one. What's the difference between American English and British
English? Yeah. Just the
squid like that.
Apartment or flat, floor or first floor or second floor, etc., etc.
That's so true, and this difference also affects the user search, because these people are using this keyword and this word in daily life, and they are searching in this way. And for example, both words mean the same thing here, but search volume varies by country. It's different. And this has examples such as difference like in another languages also, like Portugal Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese, or Spain Spanish and Mexican Spanish, etc. That's why we customizations like EN and US pages. Like we can customize all pages by countries. And along with this targeting, we need to change the pages, and we will create for each country and the words we will use. We optimize all our pages by countries.
So in that way, you will get your best organic visibility.
Yeah, that's so true. And this brand has been operating in Turkey, and we want to make the overall international target in the English language. But when I look at the usage of hreflang, there's a problem with targeting. If we only target Turkish, like a Turkish customer, it's just putting Turkish, like TR is enough for us. we don't need to, we shouldn't put more TR here also. We don't need to target Turkey again. And shouldn't we targeting Turkey again here? And if you wanna target English speakers, we should not specifically add the United States to this, because just we wanna target who speaks English, you know. And also we don't have separate pages for Britain, like England, or Australia or USA. Just we have one English page. And when we look at the X default structure again, that's our Turkish page. That's selected Turkish. And, in this case, what will our users encounter in SERP?
Yep.
That's what they found, you know, and probably, you know, this our user connected from Turkey to reach a correct page, and a user connecting from the United States will also reach the correct page. But guys, what about La France, you know?
Great.
And probably they wouldn't find you on the SERP when they like in non-brands SERP. Maybe they can find you in brand SERP, like when they search it, but they will encounter with the Turkish website, and because you didn't target it in the correct way, and probably he will say je ne parle pas Turc, but I don't know how to pronounce it, but something like that, and probably like bounce rate will increase, and you know, that's so bad for us.
Je ne parle.
Je ne parle, yeah, something like that. Pas Turc, or I don't know. Sorry for my bad French, guys. And
Let's
so
French language. Let's make Weekly SEO in French.
no, we can try it one day.
Great.
And this is was all I wanted to convey. And thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you, attendees, for your time. If you want to ask us anything after this session, we will be answer your questions in our next Weekly SEO Friday. Every Friday, we record this broadcast. So thank you for being with us, and have a nice weekend. Take care. Be lovely. Be kind.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.